feedback, and how to receive it. Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story is by Ruth J. Simmons, former President Prairie View A&M University. Ruth is an inspiration and role model to many women. So in this talk that Ruth gave, there was a couple of stories she mentioned, short stories, small stories that I think are fantastic for anyone who wants to learn from it. So the first story she tells is about a time in her career when she was working in a university and she built a spreadsheet. And she says that once she built that spreadsheet, she did whatever she needed to do in that Excel and she sent it to her boss. Her boss then said that this is the worst thing he had ever seen. It was so badly done. And her boss was a physicist, and she says she came back to her desk and she really started to cry. She says then she lifted herself again, wiped her tears and fixed it. And at this point when she said that, we were all expecting that she's going to say, what a bad person he was. But in fact, she says, and what a gift that was. Because this person was not trying to give me feedback on how I looked, how I spoke, why am I so emotional. He was giving me critical feedback on my work. How could I make it better? And only when he did that, I was able to produce the better version of that Excel sheet. So the point of this story is that, not necessarily all feedback that we receive is bad feedback. And we shouldn't just say, what a bad person this was. The same boss, she says, that was the one who actually took her out for lunch when she was denying a role in another university, which would have been really good for her. And he just pretty much said to her that, you have to be out of your mind to be refusing that role. You should go. So you can see what kind of a person he was. Now, the second story she tells, and the one I really loved, was she says that I coach a lot of African-American women, and they often come up to me and say, oh, I am so tired, I'm so fatigued explaining why is my hair like this and stuff like that. So she says, I tell them, no, you can't be fatigued. You cannot be so tired of this. Tell them why your hair is like that. I think she made a fantastic point that people can have knowledge that your hair is like that, but if you are not willing to tell the story of why it is like that, they'll never be educated. You have to educate and not get frustrated by this, because for as long as you don't educate, you will keep getting these questions back. So personally for me, looking at the feedback and really assessing it, if the feedback is not about me personally or my personality trait and about the work and somewhere where I can improve, I welcome it. The second thing is, that when someone says to you, why are women so emotional? Don't get frustrated by that. Explain why we are emotional and how amazing that is. Stay storied. I will see you here next Saturday with another story.